Here we are with another Friday Night Live, June 16th, 2023. Everybody, I hope, is having a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. We have some beautiful weather here. It's overcast, but really nice weather, warm, not cold, not hot. Nice. Summer's approaching us next week. We got the summer solstice to embrace the season change, which is what we focus on in the realm of MFS. All the season changes 4 times a year, right? We really put a lot of focus on the season changes because there's really important things, energies, and so on and so forth. Hello, Heather, that are, taking place on these season changes that we probably will never have a full understanding of it all because it's infinite how the creator works. But there's a lot happening. The season changes are not there by chance, it's all by perfect design. And our bodies and the planet, depending what area you're in, it goes through changes. And there's, a shift. A couple of weeks before the date and a couple of weeks after, in that month, there's a shift of very strong energies that happen in these season changes. So we just ride along with them instead of trying to resist it, just eat your way through it. We go into our seasonal dry fast. So everything is left to the divine creator. We put all the trust in divine creator. We don't trust in mankind. We've seen what happened the last 3 years. And, I haven't trusted mankind since 1990. Even before that, I started seeing things differently. But the last 3 years have shown very clearly how diabolical, mankind has become. And if you can't see it, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything, or anybody to believe anything, but we see things with different eyes, as you may have noticed in the realm of MFS. We look at everything completely different than all other natural healing modalities and methods and so on and so forth, and detoxification and diets and so on and so forth. We know that it's all through the divine. Everything happens from the divine, through our soul. Everything comes through that, our soul, from the divine. And if we put our faith and all our trust in that, we see miraculous, magical things happen, as we've seen over and over and over again. And it's so powerful and so shocking that it actually scares people, is what I've witnessed and seen over the last 8+ years or more. It actually scares people. And some people do their damnedest to get back to where they were, because of the power of the divine working through their soul is just too revealing. And some of us are just not ready to look in the mirror of truth, just looking in that mirror of truth and embracing all those changes and accepting and supporting to allow the changes to take place and process them. And that's the key to move in the direction of balance and forget about having to take care of your health anymore. It just takes care of itself. It's all this mystical, magical stuff that people put out there and charge all kinds of crazy sums of money to make with their claims of health and take this magic pill, potion, lotion, or whatever, or diet. And, is what are we focusing? Art of subtraction. Art of subtraction is the only thing we focus on. And why do we focus on that? Because that is how the divine works. Fast, allow, and watch the magic happen. Simple. Very simple. And, a lot of deaf ears. It's been very interesting to watch and be a witness, and helped a few of the few move in that direction. And we've learned quite a bit, in the last 8+ years with so many people master fasting. But mankind has taken a turn for the imbalanced direction full force. That's what I see. Some people want to say it's all lovey-dovey and call them the butterfly people. There's no wrong and all that. Okay, well, that's where you can believe. You can put your head in the sand to everything that's happening, all the diabolical stuff, if that's what you choose. But we have to be realistic in what's going on, and there has to be accountability somehow to people that are doing all this caca stuff. But let's see where the ride takes us. We can only work with ourselves. If it is to be, it's up to me. Be the change you want to see. Work on this with our relationship. Work on this and watch what happens. Watch what happens. We get taken out, we go back home. We're all going to get that tap on the shoulder sooner or later. It would be nice a little later to enjoy this beautiful experience we came here to enjoy on this planet and this physicality. There is beauty here everywhere, and we embrace and enjoy it. But living in pain, misery, and suffering is not enjoying this life. But many people choose that, consciously or unconsciously choose to live in pain, misery, and suffering. I've been there. Been there, done that. I'm not unique. I'm just like you guys. No difference. We're all on the same plane. We're all created equal. Different but equal. Women are created different than men, but different process happen, and whatever. They want you to believe differently, but a lot of the diabolical stuff's going on. So I just say focus on a fasting lifestyle more now than ever. In this land known as Canada, they're again, the Health Canada is pushing to remove all natural health products again, which they've done. It was 15 years ago, and then the people pushed back and they stopped, and then now they're coming back even more full force. They want to remove all vitamins, minerals, anything natural, herbs, put them in the category of drugs, and so it have to go through the trials of drugs, which a drug costs, I think, $1 to $2 billion to be put to market, and nobody's going to ever do that because you'll never make that money back with this stuff, natural stuff. Like, who's going to be paying these crazy amounts of money for natural products? Just go learn to pick them yourself, and that's what we're going to have to do if people don't stand for this nonsense. Again, it's not going to stop. Nobody's held accountable. They just keep doing what they're doing, right? They know they're not being held accountable. They know they're not going to be held accountable. Canada stopped existing since bankruptcy in 2017, and in the US it's 1999. So it's all a fictitious circus that's been happening for his last several years here, and many years in the US. What are we going to do as we the people? What are we going to do as mankind? What's the direction are we going to go? Like we're in full bore Sodom and Gomorrah, if you know Bible story of the Bible. There's a movie about it if you want to watch it. Yeah, we're full bore in that time. And if you don't think so, well, put your head in the sand and keep it there, and remember your butt will be in the air, wide open. Anyway, if anybody's got any questions, that's what we're here for. We're here to support people who choose massive fasting lifestyle, who choose to take charge of their own health, because nobody can do it for us. We're the only ones who can do it. There's nobody who can do it for us. They can feed you that illusion, and they can sell you that illusion and charge you all kinds of money to go to their retreats and so on and so forth, and give you lotions and potions and rah, yeah. What are you going to do when you get home? What are you going to do when you get home? That's the key. On a day-to-day basis, what are we doing? What are we choosing? Every day we wake up, put our feet on the floor or the ground. What are we going to do? What are we going to choose? And fasting comes to my mind every single day. Isn't that incredible? Every day. Since I learned about fasting in 1990, it comes to my mind every day. There isn't a day that goes by, fasting is not in part of my mind. So, ready to move into the dry fast and make it happen. Embrace the dry fasting. We're less than a week away, so we have our 2-week period before the 21st, 2-week period after. In those times is a great time to do your season change. Anytime in that time. I wouldn't go before that 2 weeks and after the 2 weeks of the 21st. Because we want to work. We want to ride the wave of the season change energy. We want to surf that wave. And it really helps us be ready for these changes in the weather, especially in places like we are in Canada. There's other places where there's not as much noticeable changes, but there is changes. It doesn't matter where we are. Heather, my partner has a root canal in his front tooth. Oh boy. Do you recommend pulling these? And if not, would fasting prevent infection? Or would the body always create problem with the root canal? And, we've talked about teeth. Teeth are a big challenge for people. Big challenge. And if you look at Louise Hay's emotional reasons about teeth. So let's see what that says. Because everything goes back to emotions, right? We've talked about this enough times. What is teeth? Teeth represent problems, long-standing indecisiveness, inability to break down ideas for analysis and decisions. So the solution is I make my decisions based on principles of truth, and I rest securely knowing that only right action is taking place in my life. So that's the emotional seed cause of generalization of teeth. So we want to work with that, but in the meantime, we've already had a procedure done, which is, affecting the tooth, because it's, remove the nerve out of the tooth. It's just dead tissue in there pretty much. I've heard of people being to regenerate root canal teeth. I've heard by one fellow that was in the group. Now, how do they go about that? You said there was a dentist which was not promoted a lot, and because they were going after him, blah blah blah. But there's ways to do this, right? I would personally try and work with leaving the tooth. There's going to be work involved. It's not going to happen overnight. What's an infection? An infection is actually an outfection. What does that mean? An outfection is the body's trying to purge out of any orifice it can, and it goes to the weaknesses of the body. So we call them infections and so on and so forth. But the body's trying to purge and it can't. So it goes into the weak areas, and you have these, they call them infections. So what do we need to do? We need to purge the whole body that has to purge. We need to get the infection out, so you don't have these problems. You can try using hydrogen peroxide, right? Anywhere between 3 and 11%. The ones in the pharmacies are, I think, 3%. If you get food grade, you can 35%. You can mix your own or whatever ratio you want. All right. Salt water. Some people do that. Some people do oil pulling. I'm not a big fan of oils internally, but people do that. Some people do tea pulling. Tea pulling is great. And, ozone, you can inject ozone if you have that access. If you have ozone equipment and so on and so on, you can easily inject the tooth, get it in there, and you can do that, every day if you had to, just inject a little bit of ozone in there. And meanwhile doing all the other things. So how do we get the kidneys flushing? Master fasting. This is how we get them to open up. We haven't seen anything open up kidneys like master fasting. Yeah, you look in the history of master fasting and how the people that used to post in the testimonies and so on and so forth. We have the best kidney filtration out there of anything. It's just I showed my videos of how to get kidneys opened up. It's all master fasting is the glorified dry fast. Everything supports the dry fast, right? So get all the materials, the herbs, get the kidney tea, get the plasma pudding ingredients, have your enema bags ready, start master fasting. Start on 2-3 days a week, right? Do the rest of the days on hybrid with small eating window of only fruit, right? One sec here, something came up. I can't see. Yeah. So, yeah, the hybrid on the eating days and level 2, 3, at least, get up to 3, 4 over some time. Once you start getting emotionally used to fasting and breaking your fast, because that's the biggest challenge for everybody. Doing 108 days, what are you going to do after? You're going to go cuckoo? You never fasted before. You have no idea what to expect. I just took everything as it came. with my fasting lifestyle, because I had nowhere to go except Arnold Harret's book. And I just trusted it was all detoxification. I just kept going. And all the challenges I've had and so on and so forth, I embraced it all. And I just kept at it, year after year after year, with many, many, many challenges. I didn't complain to anybody. I just kept doing it. So we have a lot of knowledge and a lot of tools now, to, what to expect and so on and so forth, and how to support it, with all the tools we have in massive fasting. Massaging your gums every day is another thing you can do with teeth. If you do a search in a Facebook group about teeth, we posted, and many people posted about teeth, a lot about teeth. A lot of people have challenges with teeth, and it's just a weakness of modern day mankind. Once mankind went to cooking is when mankind started having teeth problems, pretty much. If you look at fossils of man from, thousands of years, whatever, they all had perfect teeth. And then as we get into the more modern times of cooking, you see all the teeth going more and more crooked. And now it's pretty much everybody's born with crooked teeth. So, massaging your kidneys every day, right? How do you massage your kidneys? Well, we use a burn stick. Right? Burn stick is a little tool that we've been promoting for 8+ years. I would get one bigger than this, and make one side a little pointed kind of, and the other side rounded off, and just work that into kidneys every day, counterclockwise, into your left and right kidney, work it in, go in, so it's slightly uncomfortable. Don't hurt yourself. You don't want to be bleeding. And massage those kidneys. Skin brush every day, right? Twice a day. And load up on the herbs and start massive fasting. Simple. It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to go through many challenges with that tooth. But I would pursue it and work with it. I wouldn't want to have the tooth removed. I would make that an absolute last resort if it got to a point where I just couldn't handle it anymore, pain or whatever. But if I had the tooth, a molar here, I had 5 cavities. So what they say, that in grade school they used to do free dentistry, and I remember everybody getting fillings. I had 5 all done in grade school, and those are the only 5 I have. I never had any more fillings after that. So this one here was a really bad one, and gave me a lot of pain. Like, it broke one time, I went to fill it again, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. And then the last time what happened, I wanted to get all the amalgam removed, and when the dentist seen the tooth, they were specializing in amalgam removal. She says, well, that one there needs a root canal. I go, absolutely not. She goes, well, I can see the nerve. I go, it's okay, just fill it. She goes, we can't fill it, we're gonna have to put a cap. I go, okay, put a cap. I still have this tooth. This is from early 1990s. Early 1990s. Just think about that. They told me I needed to have a root canal. If I listened to them, I would have had a root canal, and I would have had who knows how many challenges and issues. So if you had x-rays and if there's stuff going on in that area, you're going to have to try and work with it and try and move it out. So like I said, massaging, if you can inject ozone or do any of the other things I mentioned, even gargling up, rinsing with apple cider vinegar diluted. That some people, it works for some people. The salt water is a really big one. Just sea salt and water, and rinse that twice a day, morning, evening, and spit it out. There's so many things you can do. So many things. The seed cause is what the seed cause emotions, root cause is GI tract. GI tract. All the stem of the GI tract is where the physical problems start with. Right? If you look at the nervous system of the teeth, it all goes to the brain, and then the brain connects to the spine and so on. It's just amazing, amazing stuff. Of course, the root canal, they remove the nerve. And what's all this stuff teaching meat eating Weston Price? He teaches that for teeth. So my partner is taking all that in. No, everybody can choose whatever they want. I'm not here to decide for other people, and people can do whatever they want. All kinds of people are going full bore Luciferianism now. In the last 3 years, especially, it's just like I'm shocked at how many vegans, raw vegetarians, raw foodists, fruitarians going to full bore flesh eating. I'm just like, wow. I thought we were going the other way. Meanwhile, we're going down a road of hell. It's absolutely something not sustainable for humanity, mankind. Anyway, people can choose whatever they like. The stimulation, drama. This is what people are looking for. We've been under tremendous stress with the lockdowns and so on and so forth. Minds of people are just gone, especially people who have gotten all that poisonous crap put inside them. Big challenges. People are dropping like flies and continuously dropping like flies from that. And there's still some people wearing face diapers out there. It's like, wow, there's in so much fear. They're still into that fear, and suicide rates have skyrocketed. So Weston Price, yeah, I know all about Weston Price. Yeah, well, believe whatever you like. I'm not here to convince anybody. Believe whatever you like. Teeth is going to be big challenges. People can do stimulants, and the body will have to work with these stimulants, and you may see what may look like improvements and so on and so forth, but it's at a cost. It's at a cost. Cause and effect cannot be escaped. That law is true, and you cannot escape that law. So we're continuously doing the stimulants. Yeah, the body's got to respond with whatever we put in it. Whatever we consume, the body has to work with it. But eventually there's a price to pay for these highly obstructive things that we do. So, yeah. Kidney filtration. Fleshitarians, we've seen, Rana, a friend of mine who does colon hydrotherapy, they've done thousands of people, all the people doing the ketos and the paleo and fleshitarian stuff. Their bowels are in rough shape. It's all gluey, mucousy, hardened stuff. The bowels don't work properly. They don't flush well. Even though people are saying they're going to the, having bowel movements regularly, it doesn't mean anything. You could still be constipated, completely constipated, and still have bowel movements. This is where most people fail to understand that. You can be full out constipated and still have bowel movements. Constipation is not only moving your bowels, or not moving your bowels. Constipation is from head to toe, physical, mental, and emotional. It's an energy flow. When stagnation occurs, there's constipation. That's what it is. I was talking on Wednesday, diseases have like putting a plug up your arse. That's what's diseases, stagnation. And you can't go to the bathroom. The energy can't flow out. And that plug is stuck in there. So just think about, when that happens, if something starts to shut down, liver, pancreas, stomach, bowels, heart, whatever, right? Spleen, kidneys, things start to shut down. It goes to the weaknesses of the emotion. What emotion, we carry through our ancestors and through our life experience here. But working with teeth, there's so many things you can do. I've talked about a few of them. There's that a video you should watch. I can't remember the woman's name. If you do a search, you can find her about emotional. She wrote a book. I ordered the book. It's a PDF. I actually haven't even read the whole thing, but it's if you watch the videos, she was a dentist, and she's doing all the regular things, and then later she left it all behind. It was all teeth problems were tied to emotion, all. And now she helps people dealing with emotional stuff, solve their teeth problem. Yeah, I know you've already done your root canal, and like I said, if it was me, I would try and keep the tooth, because if you pull the tooth, you're going to have to replace it with what? An implant. You're going to have to put some materials. If you do that, in the future, you're going to have to find a material that your body reacts with the least, because everything's going to react. Muscle testing different materials and so on and so forth, that you want to, if you have to put something in there. You can put a bridge, but then destroys 2 other teeth. It's or you can leave it out. But I would try and keep the tooth myself, unless there was a major problem. Muscle test. I remember my mother, she had always complained about her knee. And then finally one day says, do you have any more silver fillings? And she had 2 or 3, I can't remember. He says, okay, we're going to go get them removed. But first, what I did is I muscle tested. I got a chopstick and I muscle tested her teeth. And she tested strong on all her teeth except one of the fillings. One of the fillings, she was very weak. Anyway, we went to go do remove the amalgam. And I never heard her complain about her knee anymore after that. And we've heard these stories over and over and over. There's a guy, a doctor in California, Dr. Ronan, who does ozone injections and stuff. First thing he checks in people's teeth. And a huge amount of people having all kinds of issues from the teeth. So I would try and get that infection out, because it's an infection trying to come out. And if can't come up quick enough, you're going to need some assistance or stuff. But injecting ozone in the area to help fight off, that would be nice. Hydrogen peroxide, for 5 minutes or so, and spit it out. Teeth pulling, you get the kidney tea. It's astringent. Clay packs. Forgot about clay packs. You can do clay packs. I don't know, depending where it is. Did you see the front? Front tooth. Yeah, depending on top or bottom, you can do big, thick clay packs on the outside, or you can do it on the inside, but you need to keep it there for an hour, and you do that daily. Big, thick, 3/4 to 1 inch thick clay packs, and you got to cover it with some plastic so it stays moist, so it draws. Clay is magical. If you can do it inside, you're gonna have to keep that, for an hour. You can do it on the outside. That's how powerful clay is to help draw. Cover a wide area of wherever the tooth is. So if it's the upper lip, just cover the whole top of the lip. So 1 inch thick clay. If it's the bottom of the lip, cover the whole bottom. That is very, very good tool as well. Clay. And mix a little bit of activated charcoal in the clay, so you get the fields of the clay. So yeah, teeth. We had a few people with major teeth problems. Remember, when we start fasting, all weaknesses come to the surface, and this is where people get scared. They think they're getting worse. No, it's the mirrors of truth. All your weaknesses will come to the surface to be purged. And we embrace them and allow them to purge. We assist with all the tools to allow them to purge. Or we choose to hold on and stop it, right? Which many people chosen to do that. They can't face looking in their mirror of truth, and our own mirror of truth. If we can't face it, we're going to stop it, and we'll make all the excuses in the world to why fasting is not right for them, and it's no good, and it's dangerous, and everything else. But the people who've grasped what we're teaching here and pursued and lived and loved the master fasting lifestyle, they keep benefiting and benefiting and benefiting, and just keeps reaping and reaping. You're gonna have challenges here and there, healing reactions, but we only come out stronger. Every fast we come out stronger and stronger and stronger. Teeth is a big problem. I went through issues, especially with this tooth. Agonizing pain for months where most people would go and get a root canal or get it pulled. And this is after I put the cap on. I had pain before I had the cap and pain after putting the cap. Took a long time, finally. But now, if I had master fasting back then, I would have been able to solve it much, much sooner with all the information we have, and didn't have it with everything I've described. Right? The dry fasting. And MFS is the glorified dry fast. Some people do a 3-day dry fast and their pain goes away. I had an old hamstring injury that was never, this was several years ago, when I started dry fast, it was never really healed, as we've heard, because, and did my first 3-day dry fast, and there was immense pain in that area, immense pain, and felt a little bit better. And then I did my first 5-day, and again, immense pain, and then the pain just disappeared, and I had no more issues with that hamstring anymore. Magical. It's magical. All the problems come through our eating and diets. All problems come through eating and emotions. Absolutely emotions. But the physical is the eating, because we attach emotions to them. Michael, you're quiet. You got any questions?
Hey, Gino, how are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Good. Not bad. Yeah, I had a question I was just trying to chat with you about some herbs.
Uh-huh.
I just ordered some brain and nerve
Yep.
2 and 3, and I was just curious the numbers behind those. Can I read that in the Master Fast, or is it something that you can explain?
With brain and nerve, you said they're just different formulas. Because
2 and 3.
yeah, I think Yeah, we have 1, 2, and 3, I believe. We make different formulas because a lot of people just are not into fasting lifestyle. They're eating and they're taking herbs. So if you're taking the same formulas over and over and over while you're eating, they stop working. So you need to change formulas if you're continuously taking herbal formulas and eating. But when you're in a fasting state, you don't have to worry about that. There's no plateau. The herbs don't, your body doesn't get used to them. It's a completely different state. So you can use the same herbs over and over and over again as long as you're doing the fast, right? So we have different formulas just because we need to change them up in those situations. Otherwise, we can only have one formula of everything, and that's it.
Okay, cool. I got one more question. I remember a while back you talked about a herb for loose skin. I think it was some kind of cola herb for loose skin.
Gato cola, I think.
Is it
We have a skin
Dr. Cola?
formula, and that herb is in there.
Oh, a skin formula. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it was a special one. Okay, skin formula.
Gato cola. I can't remember the exact pronunciation. I'm not a herbalist myself, but
Right.
I believe that's the herb for that some people rant and rave that helped them with their loose skin. But like I said, it's in our skin formula. So yeah, loose skin. It's going to be a lot of work to get everything to tighten up again, right? You just got to keep purging. It'll eventually tighten up.
Right.
It's going to take some time. Is this from being overweight?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's going to take some time, Michael. You have to be patient and just trust in the divine creator because, how long did it take to get to that point? Well, you're going to have to do some work to allow the body to restore itself. We've seen so many people solve these issues.
Correct. Right. Yeah, you're right. It's not going to be overnight. I know. Yeah.
Fasting. Just embrace the fasting lifestyle and allow the process to unfold. We go through challenges. Yeah, we're gonna go through challenges. Yeah. Embrace them, and hallelujah, jump for joy when you got these reactions because we always come out stronger. This is the beauty. We always come out stronger.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to do a 2-day fast. That's why I asked for that bubbly tea recipe.
Yeah. It's in the protocol. Everything's there.
Yeah. I couldn't get in though for some reason, but you gave me the reset of the password.
We're getting get some issues and stuff. We're getting bombardments of spam attacks and so on and so forth. It's an ongoing thing, man. These days, it's like a full-time job just to keep the websites running, and it is what it is. But sometimes, like we just had another spam thing attack on the emails and stuff, and several months ago we had somebody running fraudulent credit cards through our order thing, and it cost us several $1,000s of transaction fees because every time there's a transaction, whether it's a failure or sale, they charge you. And somebody ran out of the Philippines thousands and thousands and thousands of these transactions before we caught it. So this is the things you face running a website now. It's absolutely complete. Everything's diabolical everywhere you turn. It's crazy times. You got to be up to par with the security and everything, but if man made the security, man can hack it. So it's a big circus. I'm trying to keep up with this. And I'm not a computer whiz, but you can't keep paying people because this is not a huge business. It's just, we're just selling some herbs to people. We don't market or anything. It's just a Facebook group. That's all we support.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you steady coming on.
Thank you. We're here for the serious people who know what are serious about fasting lifestyle and want the best of the best herbs. We made sure they're the best. That we haven't found anything that comes close. It took us a long time to develop it, and everybody's happy with our herbs. Everybody rants and raves about the Masterfast herbs. I don't know how long we're going to be able. If they shut it down up here, they'll be gone too, and then everybody will have to make their own. So in the meantime, we do it until we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, what area are you from?
I'm here in Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah. About 4 hours from you.
Yeah, not too
Greater
far.
TO.
Yeah. Awesome. Heather, sorry that happened to you. Yeah, it happened. Many people I know that don't have websites. It's crazy times. Just putting out money for somebody that hacks your computer. To make that money back, oof, good. It's got to sell a lot of herbs because we haven't changed our prices since we started. We haven't changed them, and we've had several price increases. We just try to keep them squeezed, keep it so people can afford it, because everything's going crazy out there. As everybody knows, the prices have gone cuckoo on everything. I don't know how much more we'll be able to hold on, but we do the best we can.
I need to start ordering some every week now. Get overloaded.
Yeah, they only get better with age. Just keep them in a dark cupboard and cool. It lasts for years and years and years. So you only get better with age. So you don't have to worry about MFS herbs. I can't say that for anything else on the market. The 4, 6, or 8 to 1 ratios. There's mostly water. They don't have any shelf life. Yeah, Heather, I'll look that up. I can't remember the lawyer's name. He's the one who fought 15 years ago. He's got a website and a group for the Canada thing, natural health products thing. He helped the Sprouse heart formula guy many years ago. They were after him, if you remember that. And I'll after we're done, I'll see if I can find that link. It's attack. Everything's attack on our spirituality and divine and God right now. If you haven't noticed, it's everything. Left, right, center, up, down. It's a complete diabolical attack on us, on everything with morals. There's a headline I read today. It's just complete diabolical. I don't know if I want to share it, but maybe I should, just to shake some people up. Yeah, I'd be happy to share it. People need support. Yeah, let me just read the headline here, and so we know we're in times of Sodom and Gomorrah, if you want to call it that. And adoptive gay couple charged with sodomizing their adopted sons also pimped them out to local men and sent out videos of them raping the boys. Full horror of mysteriously wealthy couples, sordid lives revealed in jaw-dropping court docs. So this is what we're dealing with. And we can stick our head in the sand and close our eyes and accept what's going on, or are we going to stand for our children? That's one thing that is really disturbing to me when they go after the children. Adults, consenting adults, do what the hell you want. I don't want to know about it. Children, you go after the children, that's a problem. And if mankind does not stand for the children, we're doomed. We're doomed. I don't know what else to say. Do I want to live on a planet where mankind is not standing for the children? Does anybody want to live in that? Some people do. There's people supporting all this stuff. The schools are supporting all this stuff these days. It's getting crazy. But anyway, back to the other thing we can do is have a great relationship with our divine creator, strengthen that so we can have a moral compass. Because if there's no morals, you're going to see this stuff happening more and more and more. Yeah, we are doomed. I don't know how many will survive. Let's see where we end up. But I always have faith and hope in the divine creator, divine intervention somehow, because I don't trust in mankind anymore. After what's happened the last 3 years, I just have very little trust. There's only a few handfuls of awakened people that can see what's going on. The rest, just forget it. There's no point talking to anybody else, just for myself. But work on ourselves, strengthen, raise our field strength. I think we're going to be through much more demanding, trying times as things are unfolding. So you want to be in good health. As I always said, I want to die healthy. So if we're taking out healthy and whatever, so we go back home. We're gonna have to go sometime. Live it, love it, embrace it, support people who are embracing the lifestyle, and I say do not support anybody who doesn't have any morals. At all costs, do not support them. Only support people with morals. If there's no moral compass in people, everything is good, everything is okay. Okay, well, I don't want nothing to do with you people. I'm going to move with people with morals. Right? I think the purpose of life is to experience joy. Yeah, I think so too. But within the joy, there's also everything else interacting at the same time moment. So, because we can't have one without the other, we wouldn't know the differences. But this realm is an interesting realm where we experience everything. But there's a choice, choice is free will. We have free will choice to choose to have a moral compass or not. There's just, common sense on what things are moral or not. And for those who choose not to have that moral compass, anything goes, everything's okay, murder's okay, rape's okay. Okay, this is total outright Luciferianism. If you look up Aleister Crowley and the wickedest man alive, what they call him, is blood, gore, guts, urine, feces. He did it all. The child sacrifice, he did it all. And he's infiltrated all the music industry and many other societies and so on and so forth. And from my understanding, he died a horrific death or something. But anyway, if you're interested in that stuff, it's crazy crap. A lot of crazy things that have gone on this planet and continue to happen. Of course, but only so much still experience and joy is the victory. Yeah, choose to be in a joyful state every day. Even with everything else going around, we choose to be in a joyful state. We need to know what's going on. I know some people just can't handle it, so it's best stay away, but we need to know what's going on. We need to know what evil is doing so that we can do something about it. Because evil's not going to stop. It needs to be stopped. And The only way that's going to happen is mankind or divine intervention. Mankind switches on the light, or divine intervention happens, one or the other. In the meantime, it's season change. Dry fast, 3 to 5 days for newbies, 5 days plus for the ones who've been master fasting for a couple of years or so, and just keep expanding on that, and embrace, and that's all we can do. The hummingbird is showing up. Once mankind realize he is divine intervention. That's when we got to realize it, right? It's very surprising how many people don't have moral compasses. It's just like, wow. Wow. Yeah. Masterfast has been attacked left, right, and center, every which way since its inception, and since we started in social media. And we've only seen everything miracles, and so yeah. Make your choices, choose wisely in your life endeavors, and move in the path, peace, balance, correct conduct with our divine creator, and everything will be wonderful. With that said, if there's any last questions, or we'll call it a night. I don't 1 hour is good enough.
Hey, Gino, I got a quick question for you, though.
Go ahead.
The ozonator that I got to clean the fruit. What's a good? Is an hour good enough for maybe like grapes?
For food, everything I've read, they say 20 minutes, so I do half an hour.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've been using ozone for a good 20 years now. And for example, grapes that are not organic, which is very hard to find good organic grapes, and I don't really worry about organic anymore since I've learned about ozone. I can't eat them unless I ozonate them. And when I traveled, I've always brought my ozone machine with me, and I just ozonate everything, organic or not organic. I ozonate everything that we buy, except bananas. You can ozonate bananas just before you eat them, but I wouldn't ozonate them and leave them there. They turn really weird for whatever reason. But pretty much everything else you can ozonate. Half an hour works well in cold water in your sink, or in a, something glass or ceramic or stainless steel, in cold water, because heat destroys ozone, so cold water holds more ozone. Ozone is just beautiful. I love ozone.
How about dates?
Same thing.
On dates, same thing. Okay.
Yeah, we do. I do dates too. Yeah. Yeah. I just started recently ozonating the grape juice, because in the past, many years ago, when I was doing wheatgrass and barley grass and sprouts and stuff, I tried ozonating. I think it was wheatgrass or barley grass juice. I don't remember which one. And it turned clear like water. I go, what the hell? What's going on here? So I never even thought about trying to ozonate the grape juice. And then somebody in the group recently said, I'm ozonating my grape juice. Oh, really? And it doesn't change? He goes, no. So I started doing it. So I'm ozonating the grape juice. I'm doing it for 9 minutes to 18 minutes, anywhere in between there. And it's, beautiful. So why not? We can ozonate our juices now, right? Our grape juices, or whatever juices we choose to use as Masterfast, because not only grape juice, we use whatever juice you have available. And it's fine. And so, what the understanding we have in when you're in a fasting state, the body does not hold on to any foreign materials, chemicals, toxins, etc. So even if there's any of these things in the juice, as we're drinking in a fasting state, the body does not hold on to them because it's in a purging state. But we can't say that when we're in eating state. So if we're in an eating state, then the body will hold on to these things. So why do we ozonate? Well, if we have a choice to not ingest these things, it's always better. But I never worried about it because we're using these things in a fasting state. So I didn't worry about any of these residues or anything. But we have a choice now to eliminate them. That's what ozone does, right? It gets rid of all this caca, all this chemical residues and toxins and poisons and everything. Why not ozonate it? You know, we recommended ozones for years. We have the link on our websites. It's one from China. It costs about $150 landed. I just ordered another one because we gave one away to one of my sister-in-law, and I have four ozone generators in this home, and that's the minimum amount that I want. I have one on each floor, and I have an extra one, a medical one. So that one there on the website, I've used that one that we gave away. I had it for 6-7 years. We used it almost daily. It works well for that price. Can't go wrong. Or you can go buy a more expensive one, but that one there works well for what it is for that money. You can't go wrong. And just take care of them. Don't make water go in them. That's how you're going to destroy any electronic stuff. If you make water fall on it, you're going to destroy it. So, you know, I've had mine. I have another one I've had for the first one I had. It's over about 20 years, and that one's still working. That's an expensive one. It's over $500. And then I have another one I've had for a few years, and the other one also a few years. So yeah, at least one ozone generator, and you know, this one's nice and small. You can travel with it. So why do we ozonate? It removes all fungus, bacteria, chemical residues. What else? Viruses that they claim, but I believe there's no such thing as viruses. All this stuff. The ozone is effective at removing 99.99% of this stuff. And you know, you can also ozonate your enema waters and get the ozone in that way, right? There's so many things you can do with ozone. You can do ozone bagging, infiltrate. Anyway, there's tons of information about ozone. Anyway, if you have an ozone generator, use it, right? Use it. Some people will have challenge breathing in ozone. It's going to take time before all that toxic stuff gets eliminated through fasting and through breathing in ozone. So you have to do it at a time because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. If you breathe too much ozone, you start coughing. The antidote is fresh squeezed lemon juice with some vitamin C, with some water down the hatch, and you'll stop coughing very soon. So we have the antidote. Somebody's a smoker and they're taking large amounts of ozone, it's not going to be a happy experience. I'll tell you that. It happened to a friend of mine. Thought he was going to die, and then he took the antidote, and all was well. But anyway, all the information out there is ozone's dangerous and so on and so forth. Mother Nature doesn't make dangerous stuff. Mother Nature does not make dangerous stuff. Mankind does. It's my understanding. Well, Mother Nature makes ozone to clean the air. It doesn't do it to poison us. With that said, we thank you so much for joining us. We send everybody plasma love, always flowing, living all living non-entities, beings, and just let's keep moving in that direction of peace, balance, correct conduct, and elevate the souls that are going in the opposite direction to that peace, balance, correct conduct. That's all we can do. And be the change you want to see in this planet. Ciao. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you.